here on the screen, and he's going to talk about it while you listen politely. Thank you so much. Boys and girls, this is our author. This is Joe Ozier, and he is going to start presenting right now. Let's listen.
Hi everyone, how are you today? Well, that was very enthusiastic. Thank you. As your friend said here, I am an author. This is my first book. I'm more used to writing plays and stories that are presented in front of people and audiences, like musicals and things like that. And so this is my first book and my first attempt at writing a children's book, but I think you may like it. When it comes to the writing process, this is career day, and so you're learning about authors, or you're learning about what different types of careers there are out there. An author is one career. And the process of being an author is, I was in your library, and you guys there's a lot of things about reading, and reading is very important because if you want to be a writer, then you have to know what words put together make a good sentence. And so understanding writing comes from reading. So my best advice to you would be to do a lot of reading and to gobble up those books and learn about the words and what they mean and all the different tenses and things like that, and you will be far better off. When you're writing a story, you want to think about what story you would like to write. What would make a good story? What in your mind makes a good story? You've seen movies, you've watched television, and you have a beginning and a middle and an end of a story. So if you're going to write, you're going to want to think about what that story is going to be about and what you're going to tell and what the characters go through on their journey to being transformed in the story, either the hero or the villain and that sort of thing. So what you might want to do is think about what you would like to write about, and then you think about that story and how you might make sense of it, and then write down your ideas. And obviously you can get some help from your parents and some of your teachers, but it's always a good thing to write your ideas down. And you might want to start by journaling. One of the things that I did early on was I used to write and take a little book with me on wherever I went. When I went on a trip or something, I would write the names of the people that I met and some of the places that I went and who I spoke to and what we did while we were there, and if we took a train or a bus or whatever. So those types of activities, writing, some people call it a diary, or I call it a journal, because this is more of the text of what you actually have experienced. So later on in life, you can look back and see what interesting things that you did when you were younger. My background is I was an actor and a playwright. I did TV commercials, and I wrote a lot of science fiction and poetry, and this is actually my first book. So do you guys have any questions? If you do, I'd like you to raise your hand and then I'll pick you. There's one right back there, all the way at the back. Yes?
I have this question. How come you have two dogs?
How come I have two dogs? Well, I don't have two dogs anymore. Those two dogs, the ones that were in the back of here, are dogs that have passed away now. That was, I think in 2000, when I had that picture taken. So that was 14 years ago, and both of those dogs have passed. But the reason why I had two dogs is because I loved both of them, and I wanted one dog to have a friend in the other dog, and so that's why I had two dogs. I have a question right there. Yeah. I can't hear you. I just finished it in July, so it's only been out a few months.